People look at me like I do not belong. They do not smile. Some turn away. Some hold their bags tighter. Some move to the side on the street. They say one word, refugee. They say it like it is something dirty. I live in France now. I came here 2 years ago with my family. We left our home during the war. We did not want to leave. We had to. My name is Emma. I am 28 years old. I am not from here, but I try to live like the others. I try to speak the language. I try to be kind. But many people do not see me. They only see the label. My family and I came to France after we lost everything. We lived in a small town before the war. It was quiet. We had a house with a garden. My father worked in a shop. My mother made food every day. My little brother played with his friends in the street. Then one night, there were loud sounds outside. My brother woke up crying. My father looked out the window and closed it fast. We stayed inside the house. My mother stopped sleeping. My father spoke less. My brother was always afraid. After some weeks, we had no food. We had no water. My father said, "We leave now." We took 2 small bags, one with clothes, one with food. We walked for many days. It was cold. My brother got tired fast. My mother had pain in her legs. My father helped her walk. We stayed near the border with other people. Some had nothing but a blanket. Some had babies. Everyone looked tired and scared. Some cried. Some prayed. Some said nothing. We all wanted to feel safe again. Later, they sent us to a camp. It was far from the city. We stayed in a large white tent. It was cold at night and hot during the day. We ate soup and dry bread. There were long lines for everything, for food, for toilets, for water. My mother got sick. My brother had a bad cough. My father tried to stay strong, but I saw the sadness in his face. We stayed in that camp for many months. We waited. Every day felt the same. Then one day, they said we could go to France. They gave us papers. They said we could live in a small city. We did not know the place, but we were happy. We wanted to start again. In France, they gave us a small apartment. It had 2 rooms and 1 bathroom. It was not perfect, but it was quiet. For the first time in many months, we could lock the door and sleep. That night, I looked at my family and smiled. We were still together. My father found a job cleaning offices. He wakes up early and comes home late. My mother stays home. She is still weak. My brother goes to school now. At first he was shy. Now he knows a few words in French. I looked for a place to study too. I found a small English class at a women's center. The teacher is kind. Her name is Sarah. She speaks slowly. She says it is okay to make mistakes. I like her. She makes me feel welcome. But outside the class, it is not the same. People look at me like I am not good. One woman in a store said, "Why are they still here?" A man on the street told me to go back. I said nothing. I kept walking. Sometimes I cry. I do not cry in front of my family. I cry when I am alone. I cry because I feel small. I try so hard. I want to live. I want to work. I want to help. But still, I feel like I do not belong. My brother came home one day and said a boy at school called him a bad name. He asked me what it meant. I told him not to think about it, but I could see he was hurt. He asked, "Did I do something wrong?" I said no, but I had no good answer. My father came home one night with pain in his feet. He sat down and said, "A man at work said I should be thankful. He said I take too much." My father said nothing back. He just worked harder, but I could see the sadness in his eyes. One afternoon, I helped a woman in the park. She dropped her bag, and I picked it up. She took it from me but did not say thank you. She looked at me and said, "People like you are lucky to be here." Then she walked away. That night, I sat in my room and thought about everything. We had a life once. We had friends, food, and family close by. We had birthdays and dinners. We had neighbors who said hello. We had light and peace. Now we have papers, numbers, waiting rooms, cold stares, quiet looks, long walks, closed doors. But still, I wake up every day. I help my mother. I take my brother to school. I study English. I cook dinner. I clean the floor. I wait for my father to come home. I listen when he speaks. I smile at him when he is too tired to smile back. I do not ask for much. I just want to feel safe. I want to be seen. I want to feel welcome. People here say the word refugee like it is something bad. But we did not choose this life. We lost everything. We left because we had to. We are not bad. We are not dangerous. We are just people who want peace. I remember one day, a child in the park smiled at my brother and gave him a small toy. It was just a plastic car, but my brother's eyes lit up. He held the toy all the way home. That small kindness stayed in our hearts. Maybe one day more people will be kind. Maybe they will listen. Maybe they will ask, "What is your name?" instead of, "Where are you from?" Maybe they will stop saying that word like it is dirt. We are people. We feel pain. We want to work. We want to learn. We want to love and laugh and live. They call us refugees, but we are more than that. Before I share the rest of my story, I need to know, where are you listening from? Knowing someone hears me, understands me, gives me strength. Every morning I wake up early. I wash my face and tie my hair. My mother boils water for tea. My brother gets ready for school. We do not talk much in the morning. We are all tired, but we try. My father leaves before the sun rises. He takes 2 buses to reach his job. He cleans floors in an office building. It is not easy work. Sometimes he comes home with pain in his back, but he never complains. He says, "We are lucky to have food." I go to the Women's Center for English class. The teacher, Sarah, is always smiling. She says hello to each one of us. There are 10 women in my class. Some are older than me. Some are younger. We all sit in a small room with 2 windows and a whiteboard. Sarah teaches us simple words. She says, "This is a table." We repeat it. Then she says, "This is a window." We say it again. I like her voice. It is calm and kind. She never laughs when someone makes a mistake. That helps me feel safe. After class, I walk home. I take the long way because I like the quiet streets. I pass small trees and a bakery. I never go in. I do not feel welcome in places like that. The people inside never smile at me. One day, I helped an old man on the street. He dropped his bag, and his apples rolled onto the ground. I picked them up and gave them back. He looked at me and said, "You're one of those refugees, right?" I said yes. He didn't say thank you. He just walked away. That day, I did not go straight home. I sat on a bench for a while. My hands were cold. I thought about what he said. One of those refugees. Like we are all the same. Like we are not real people. When I got home, my mother was cooking rice. She looked tired. I told her what happened. She did not look surprised. She said, "He doesn't know you. Don't let him take your heart." I wanted to ask, how do I keep my heart when every day it breaks a little more? But I stayed quiet. My brother came home from school. He took off his shoes and sat on the floor. He looked sad. I asked what happened. He said, "The boys in my class do not let me play." I said, "Did you ask why?" He said, "They said I talk funny." I hugged him. I told him he is smart and strong. I said, "You will learn. One day, they will see who you are." He looked at me and nodded, but I could tell he didn't believe it yet. The next week, I went to the local clinic with my mother. Her cough was getting worse. We waited for 2 hours. When the nurse called her name, she looked at our papers and frowned. She said, "You are from the shelter, right?" My mother said yes. The nurse told her to wait again. We watched as 3 other people went in before us. I wanted to say something, but I didn't. I just held my mother's hand. She squeezed it, and we waited in silence. After the appointment, we walked home slowly. My mother said, "We must not make trouble." I asked her, "But what if people never stop seeing us this way?" She said, "Then we stay good. That is all we can do." The next day, I went to class again. I sat near the window. Sarah gave us a small test. I was nervous. My hands shook. But when I finished, Sarah said, "Good job, Emma." I felt warm inside. No one had said that to me in a long time. After class, one of the women, Lisa, spoke to me. She said, "You speak very well now." I said, "Thank you. You do too." We walked together for a while. She told me she came from another country too. She said, "It is hard to start again, but we must try." That small talk helped me. I felt less alone. I told my mother about Lisa. My mother smiled. She said, "One friend is better than none." One weekend, my father said he wanted to take us to the park. We packed some bread and fruit. We sat on a bench and ate together. My brother played near the trees. For a short time, it felt like we were a family again. No fear, no sadness, just wind, sun, and peace. Then 2 boys came by. They laughed at my brother's shoes. They called him names. My brother stood still. He didn't answer. He just looked down. My father stood up and walked toward them. He did not shout. He just said, "Please be kind." The boys ran away. My brother came back to the bench and sat next to me. He was quiet the whole ride home. Later that night, I sat by the window and watched the street. I saw people walk by, some alone, some with friends. I wondered if they ever thought about people like me, or if they only saw the news, or the papers, not the faces. I remembered something Sarah said. She told the class, "Even if people don't see you, you are still here. You still matter." That stayed with me. Sometimes I feel small, like a piece of dust, like a name on a list. But I am here. I wake up. I cook. I learn. I help. I love. I cry. I keep going. We did not come to take. We came to live. We came to be safe. We came to breathe again. They call us refugees, but they do not know what we lost. They do not know how much we miss home, the smell of our streets, the voices of our neighbors, the way the sky looked at night. It is all gone now, but we are still people, and we are still here. I wake up before the sun. My mother is already in the kitchen. She moves slowly now. Her cough is still there, but she tries. She boils water for tea and cuts bread. I help her. We do not speak much in the morning. We are both tired, but we are still here. After breakfast, I take my brother to school. He walks fast and holds my hand tight. Sometimes we talk. Sometimes we stay quiet. He looks around when we pass the corner where those boys laughed at him. I do too. They are not there today. We walk a little faster. I go back home and clean. Then I walk to the center for my class. I pass shops with big windows. People inside drink coffee and laugh. I stop to look, but I do not go in. I do not feel welcome there. I walk on. At the center, Sarah smiles and says, "Good to see you." I feel a little stronger when I hear that. In class, we practice sentences. I read slowly. I check each word. Sarah helps me when I do not know one. She never gets angry. I am thankful for that. After class, I sit on a bench near the center. It is sunny today. I like the light on my face. A woman sits next to me. She says hello. I say hello back. Her name is Claire. She comes to a different class. We talk a little. She says she also came to France 2 years ago. I feel calm with her. We meet again the next week. We walk a little after class. She tells me she works in a food shop near the bus stop. I tell her I take care of my brother and mother. She says, "That is a lot of work too." I smile. One day she asks, "Do you want to walk to the river?" I say yes. It is not far. We walk slowly. The water is quiet. Birds fly low. We sit on a short wall. She asks me, "Do you like it here?" I think for a moment. I say, "Some days yes, some days no." She nods. I tell her a little about my life. I say we had a nice house before the war. I tell her about the garden and the dog. I tell her about the loud nights and the long walk. I tell her we waited in a camp. She listens. She does not speak. That feels good. Then she says, "You are very strong." I shake my head. I say, "No, I am just still here." She says, "That is what strong means." When I get home, my mother is resting. I sit by her and take her hand. She opens her eyes and smiles. She asks, "How was your day?" I say, "Good." And for the first time, I mean it. The next day, I help my brother with some schoolwork. He draws animals for a class. He shows me a cat, a bird, and a horse. I tell him they look nice. He laughs. That sound fills the room. It is soft and warm. Later, I go out to buy rice. The shop is busy. I stand in line. A woman behind me makes a face. She says something under her breath. I don't look back. I pay and leave. Outside, I feel my heart beating fast. But I take a deep breath and walk home. I tell Claire what happened. She listens. Then she says, "People like that are not your problem." I ask her, "Then why do they still hurt me?" She says, "Because you are kind. You feel everything. That is not a bad thing." One afternoon, Sarah gives me a paper. She says there is a new program at the center. They help people with speaking and work. She says I can try if I want. I say yes. I want to try. I go to the new class 2 times a week. The teacher is nice. She asks us to talk in short groups. I speak slowly, but I try. I say where I am from, what I do, what I like. The others listen. No one laughs. It feels good. After the class, I tell my mother. She says, "I am proud of you." My father hears and nods. That night, he comes home with a small bag of fruit. He says he got a little extra money this week. We eat the fruit after dinner. It is sweet. On Sunday, we all go to the park. My brother runs near the trees. My mother sits on the bench. My father walks slowly. I sit on the grass. I watch the sky. I listen to the wind. I feel calm. An older woman walks by. She drops her scarf. I pick it up and give it to her. She smiles. She says, "Thank you, dear." Then she walks away. That is all. Just a smile. Just 2 words. But it stays with me. The next week, I pass the bakery. I still do not go in, but this time, the woman behind the glass waves at me. I do not know why. Maybe she saw me before. Maybe not. I wave back. It is small, but it matters. My class at the center is ending soon. Sarah says we did well. She gives each of us a paper. Mine has my name on it. I do not say much, but inside I feel proud. Claire is there too. We take a walk after class. She says she is moving to a new flat. She asks if I want to help her pack. I say yes. We plan a time. That weekend, I go to her place. We put books and clothes in bags. We drink tea. She shows me a photo of her family. I tell her about mine. She listens. We are quiet for a while. She says, "You are my first real friend here." I say, "You are mine too." Later I walk home. I think about her words. A real friend. I smile. At home, my brother is doing his schoolwork. My mother is cutting vegetables. My father is watching the news. I sit down and feel something I did not feel before. I feel like maybe we can stay. Not just live here, but really stay. Not just survive, but grow. People still look at me on the street. Some still say things. But I do not shake the same way. I do not feel small. Not every day. Some days I feel like a person again. And that is enough. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and share. More emotional and inspiring stories are coming soon.